Hi, it's Kathy Cassidy again, and I'm back to read you chapter 4 of my book Love from Lexie, hoping that it might help distract you a little bit from the weirdness that's going on right now and offer you a little bit, maybe just 10 minutes of escapism in a day and take away any anxieties and worries that you've got just for that little period of time. And maybe some of you have this book and can read along, and maybe some of you don't, but just settle down, get yourself a nice drink, maybe a bar of chocolate, whatever it is, and listen along. Okay? So chapter 4 starts with a letter from Lexie to her mum. I'll show you a little picture of it, so I'll show you the pictures. Ooh. So there's the letter, and it says, "Dear Mum, my social worker Josie says the old flat has new people in it now, and they are fed up of me sending letters, so I'm going to leave this in the park instead, on the bench that we sometimes went to for winter picnics. If you happen to be there, maybe you'll find it, and then you will find me because the park is quite near to where my foster family live. I don't hate it quite so much anymore, and my foster sister Bex is nowhere near as scary as I thought. John put a new number on the door, so it's much easier to find. 3 Kenilworth Road, in case you didn't get my other letters. I miss you loads. Love, Lexie." Okay, another little picture at the top of the chapter 4. It's called The Misfits. So here we go. "These days, although Bex Murray is still fierce and full on, I have learned to love her. She's like the eccentric and slightly savage older sister I never had. Right now she's lying on my bedroom carpet with her legs up against the wall at a 90-degree angle. Her tartan print docs are scuffing my jigsaw map wallpaper a little. She says this is yoga, but I'm not so sure, partly because she's simultaneously reading an English lit textbook and listening to retro punk through her headphones. The Clash, it sounds like. Bex is in year 10 now. Mandy got her into yoga, and John bought her a bass guitar for Christmas. Whenever she gets bad-tempered or cross, she either hammers the bass guitar on full blast for a couple of hours or morphs into tree pose, wobbling slightly on one leg. As for me, I'm in year 8, and people have mostly stopped giving me those wary, wide-eyed looks that mean they think I'm acting weird. I fly under the radar, pass unnoticed, a quiet, bookish girl, a little bit serious, but always willing to help someone in trouble. Bex and Happy are my trusty sidekicks. We're misfits, the lot of us, but so what? In a world of mixed up, messed up, broken jigsaw pieces, we fit together, and that is kind of awesome. We see each other every day at school, and Happy comes over most Saturdays too. As if on cue, the doorbell rings, and I run down the stairs to answer it. Happy is on the doorstep, clutching a cake tin. "You told me to come over," she says. "A plan, you said, a big plan. So here I am, and I have cupcakes. Can I come in?" "Always," I say, holding the door wide. "We're up in my room." I grab glasses and cold orange juice from the kitchen and head upstairs after Happy, who settles herself cross-legged next to the bed, feeding strawberries to Mary Shelley. Happy is still tiny and waif-like. Her passions are maths and baking and the violin. Her parents are strict. They won't let her wear makeup or cool clothes, and she goes along with this. She's not a rebel. She's actually full-on geek and very religious. But none of these things are really plus points at our school, but somehow Happy has escaped being bullied. It might be because she's usually with me and Bex, but I think it's also because she's beautiful in a dramatic and ethereal way. Loveliness just shines out of her. As misfits go, we are the lucky ones. Every single day I see tons of kids who are lost and struggling. The awkward, overweight girl from my English class who sits at a table on her own in the canteen every lunchtime and never seems to have any friends. The scruffy, sandy-haired new boy who joined year 8 last September but hasn't quite found his feet. The pretty year 11 girl who always looks lonely. Milford Park is Misfit Central. There are sad kids, Mad kids, bad kids, bullied kids, every variety of troubled teen you might think of. What if there was a way to bring them all together? So, Happy says with a grin, come on, Lexie, you said you had a secret plan. Spill. Bex swings her legs down and helps herself to a cake and orange juice. Secret plan, she echoes. Nobody told me. I thought we were just hanging out, drinking orange juice and eating cupcakes. It's nothing major, I tell them, although it is kind of major to me. I had a thought, and I wanted to run it past you, because Mary Shelley is being her usual inscrutable self and won't give me an opinion. I was thinking about us and how lucky we were to find each other. Lucky, Bex scoffs. I've been trying to shake you two off since forever. Don't mind the tortoise, though. I'm trying to be serious here, I say. We are lucky, and you know it, Bex. If the three of us had never met, you'd still be a borderline juvenile delinquent, scaring the teachers and terrifying the kids, and running away every couple of weeks. I still scare the teachers, she argues, an edge of pride in her voice. I'd still be crying the whole time and making my counsellor tear his hair out, I push on. Instead of which, I don't need counselling anymore, and I haven't cried since you made me watch that DVD of Watership Down on Happy's birthday. You're still quite sensitive, Happy tells me. That's a good thing, though. She says sensitive, I say weird, Bex chips in. Don't deny it. I shrug. I'm not denying anything, I say. I'm weird and proud. The point is, I'm nowhere near as lost and sad as I used to be. Bex, you're loads better too, and Happy, you are just awesome, getting top grades in every subject and being a total violin genius. Genius might be pushing it, she argues. No, you are, I argue. You're better than the teacher, I reckon. Look, there are loads of things I'd never have done if it hadn't been for you two, and that's down to the power of friendship, right? Right, Happy agrees. With friends we're better, aren't we? You can be yourself without feeling judged or laughed at. You're nuts, the pair of you, Bex scoffs, but I can see 2 telltale spots of pink in her cheeks. Good job you've got me to look out for you, that's all I can say. I laugh. Fair enough, but what about all the people who don't have good friends, don't fit in? She rolls her eyes. Here we go, she says. Please tell me this is not some mad plan to rescue the waifs and strays of Milford Park Academy. Seriously, Lexie, no. I try to look wide-eyed and innocent. It's just, think about all those awkward kids, outsider kids, ones who are messed up, mixed up, feeling lost and alone, getting into trouble even, when actually they just need to connect. We all know kids like that. Come on, Bex, they're the kids who have nowhere to go, nobody to talk to. They're the kids we used to be. Bex leans over, squeezes my hand. Hey, she says, I know what you're saying, but you can't rescue everybody, Lexie, the way you did Mary Shelley. The teachers should be sorting out the misfit kids. Like they did with us, I ask, and Bex sighs. The truth is that the teachers at Milford Park are stressed and overworked. They try to look out for kids who are struggling, but mostly those kids fall through the net and stay lost. Mary Shelley crawls up onto my lap, and Bex and Happy look at each other and sigh. It's a whole new concept, I explain. A group that brings together the misfits, makes them strong and cool and awesome. Like a club where being odd or lost or misunderstood is the only requirement for joining. I even came up with a name. The Lost and Found. Happy nods. It could work, I suppose. Bex pulls a face. I'm not convinced that bringing all the odd kids together will magically result in some kind of happy-clappy friendship gang, she says. It could be dangerous, like inviting the lions and hyenas to hang out with the gazelles. I mean, seriously, you'd be asking for trouble. My shoulders slump and Bex shakes her head, exasperated. I have a feeling I'm going to regret this, she says. Still, I can see what you're trying to do, Lexie. I'll help if you need me to. Hope fizzes through my veins and I grin at my friends, hugging Mary Shelley close. I'm going to make a poster, I say, stroking Mary's shell. I'll put it up at school. I've already asked Miss Walker at Bridge Street Library if I can use the meeting room, and she said we could have it for free. The three of us spend a lot of time at Bridge Street Library. Our school library closed unexpectedly over the summer break, the fiction books shipped out to make room for more computers. Miss Walker helped to set up the YA fiction reading group Happy Bex and I are a part of. People from the council have been lurking about a bit lately, sizing up Bridge Street Library and holding consultation meetings to see how much people care about the place. The meetings have been packed, according to Miss Walker, and the general opinion is that people want the library to stay just the way it is. The place is always buzzing, so I reckon it's safe, but if holding my lost and found meetings there helps even a little bit, then I'm happy. Plus, the lovely Miss Walker has promised to let me bring cake and make hot chocolate. I kiss Mary Shelley's wizened nose and put her down on the floor before taking an especially battered old map of North Wales from the pile in the corner. I spread it out across the bedroom floor and Bex helps me to chop out a large rectangle while Happy fetches black ink and a couple of brushes from my desk. I pick up a paintbrush, dip it into the ink and begin to write in big wobbly letters all across the Snowdonia National Park. So the irony is I'm actually reading you this while in North Wales right now. That's where I live now. So I hope that you're coping okay with the whole lockdown thing and managing to keep smiling. I was gonna do a sign out with Mary Shelley, but she's wandered off to a mountaineer somewhere nearby, so I'll see if I can do that tomorrow instead. But take care, keep smiling. See you tomorrow for chapter 5.